Line number 88. Faith requires that we act positively in every situation. Do you know the teaching I mean? It's the idea that if you express anything negative, if you let it be known that you have negative feelings or you say any negative words, then somehow you're not walking in faith. That is a lie. And the problem with that lie is it breeds an attitude of hypocrisy in the church, because it makes people pretend that they're feeling okay and that they're thinking a certain way about things when they're really not. I was at a funeral some years ago, and a woman's husband had died, and she stood by the casket with this phony plastic smile taped to her face, so to speak, and she said, "No, I'm really happy for him. I'm glad he's in heaven." I came home and told my wife Melanie, I said, "So help me, when I die, there better be tears. You better be crying." Because faith doesn't demand that we pretend or that we fake it. Faith just means that we trust that God is God and God is good. I mean, think about the Bible. Job in Job 23 expressed his negative emotions. I mean, he poured it out, the negative emotions that he was feeling. And yet later in the book of Job, it says that in all these things, Job didn't sin with his lips. Paul over in 2 Corinthians 1 talked about how that when he went to Macedonia, he said that he had excessive burdens that were more than his ability to endure. He said we despaired of life. I mean, he absolutely poured out some very negative words about his emotions, and yet he goes on and says this happened so that we would not trust in ourselves but in God that raises from the dead. There's his expression of faith. Even Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, when he cried and sweat until it was like great drops of blood, that was not a positive expression or experience for him. Faith does not require that we act positively in every situation. Faith requires simply that we look to the one who is in charge of all things and trust him, knowing that whatever the outcome of our circumstance is, it's going to be okay, because he loves us, he's sovereign, and he has it all worked out. That is a truth that will set you free in your grace walk.